Adequate notice of this meeting as required by the Open Public Meetings Act was provided through the posting, mailing, and filing of the annual notice of regularly scheduled meetings of the Town Council on December 10th, 2025. The notice was, on that date, posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building, provided to the Westfield Leader and the Star Ledger, and filed with the clerk of the Town of Westfield. Ms. Lausche, may I have a roll call?
Mayor Berman.
Here.
Councilmembers Gilman.
Here.
Domagala.
Here.
Pecker.
Here.
Kiefer. Saunders.
Here.
Adwar.
Here.
Armento.
Here.
McTerraman.
Please rise for the invocation, which will be given by Councilman Saunders, and then remain standing for the salute to the flag.
We gather to make decisions for our community. May we use only our best skills and judgment, keeping ourselves impartial and neutral as we consider the merits and pitfalls of each matter that is placed before us, and always act in accordance with what is best for our community and our fellow citizens.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Gilday.
Thank you. I just had a quick comment for tonight, Mayor, to advise the council and the community. This week, probably as early as tomorrow, likely we will be posting on our website read it properly because it's a long title, but the Tamaqua Park Design Plan Community Engagement Summary Report. It's a mouthful, but just to remind you and the public, so last year we started the Tamaqua Park Design Plan with the consultant Dresner Robin. We started with the steering committee, community engagement with various stakeholder groups, public meetings in this room, in the community room, more steering committee meetings. So what Dresner Robin, we've asked them to do is put together a summary of the public engagement report, everything they've learned through the process from the public, from the stakeholder groups, from the steering committee, and put that in a report which will be posted on our website this week. And then basically we'll get feedback from the public after that. And then the next steps in the process are to continue with this, and then the feedback they've received will now inform them to begin putting together a concept or concepts for the council to look at, and ultimately the steering committee to make recommendations with the Recreation Commission together to start looking at what concepts are appropriate, what the public feedback is, and ultimately what will be the first phase to be implemented in Tamaqua Park. Still a while to go, but I wanted to make sure the public knew that was happening this week. The council have it. It's a very comprehensive, very detailed report. So I think that it's a really good job Dresner Robin did, and then that'll lead to the next steps in the process. So thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first regular meeting of the Town Council for 2026. Thanks to everyone who is joining tonight, both here in person and via live stream on the town's YouTube channel. As always, the replay of this meeting will be available afterwards on Facebook, YouTube, TV36, and public comment will be accepted in person only. We have a fairly short agenda this evening, and I'll just make a few brief remarks before we begin. First and foremost, I'd like to address the recent increase in car thefts in certain areas of town over the last 6 weeks, which has included both thefts of cars and driveways, and less frequently, residential burglaries to obtain keys to steal high-end vehicles. I want to be very clear. We are taking this situation seriously, and we are treating these incidences with the urgency they deserve. I'd like to thank Michael Ring for his comments at the January 6th organizational meeting, and also for speaking in tonight's 7:30 conference session. I've spoken to several residents about their experiences and concerns, and have been kept fully apprised of all activity by Chief Badaloro. I acknowledge the fear and anger that some of our residents are feeling. For those who have been directly impacted, I am truly sorry for what you've experienced. On a local level, please be assured that the Westfield Police Department is working aggressively to address this issue, which is impacting many towns across the region. We are grateful for the work of the Westfield PD in making 2 recent arrests, one related to the incident on Seneca and one on Coolidge. I'm going to ask Town Administrator Jim Gilday to speak in more detail about the department's ongoing efforts to combat this problem.
Thank you, Mayor. And as you said, we talked a little about this in the conference session before the meeting, and we also had a Public Safety Committee meeting tonight where the committee obviously talked a lot about this with Chief Badaloro, professional staff, and what we're doing. So just a couple things to remind the council and the public about. A couple things. First, the police department continues to be and is at its highest level of staffing, so resources are adequate and actually in abundance with the police department. I want to thank Chief Badaloro and the entire police department staff because This is a constant issue. This is a top priority of the department. It has been and will continue to be going forward. Property crime, which is, I've lived in town since 1979. My house, where my parents still live today, was broken into in 1985. I still remember it. So these are not things you forget lightly. This is a violation of your personal space, and so we understand that. But we have highest levels of staffing, highest levels of resources given to the police department. It's important for the public to know that. We also have invested in technology, which we've talked about some time, but just bears repeating a little bit. We have license plate readers. It sounds simple, but we have 25 license plate readers. We are the third largest license plate reader town in the county, behind Elizabeth and Linden, or Broadway, excuse me. And we have 25, and they're positioned at different parts of town. Why is that important? License plate readers will pick up license plates of cars that are stolen and alert the police immediately of when cars are in the town, and because of where our license plate readers are located, the police can help triangulate where those cars are. And our goal is to intercept them, drive them out, or apprehend them when possible, and obviously prevent the crime that's about to take place possibly. We've actually had some things, we've had these 25 readers, license plate readers for some time. We're moving them around now to be more in strategic locations. So, for example, someone coming in on Central Avenue, passing down Central into like Virginia Street area, we'll pass one there. And then we can, if they don't hit another one further up the street, we know they're in a certain neighborhood. The police can go out and fan out and get that thing. So we've been successful. These have really helped us be successful, not only in helping to prevent the actual thefts or crimes, but also sometimes the attempts. And our goal is to push them out of our boundaries. Crime like this does not know municipal boundaries. It happens everywhere. It's happening in all the towns around us. We're no exception. And at 85, it's been happening for decades. And will not stop, unfortunately. We have a lot of things in this town people want. But our police department does a phenomenal job pushing the crime out of the town. In addition to that, just technology-wise, we also have an officer on staff, we have drones that we use. So when officers are out on patrols, extra patrols, they do use drones. That helps us, obviously, aerially see what's going on, and helps us actually locate these vehicles where we push them out. Last thing just to mention about this, I think Mr. Ring had comments last meeting. I want to continue that conversation, and so one of the comments he brought up was, could we have additional patrols or additional supplemented staff at different times? And I want to let the public know we do that. So for example, in the Coolidge Street area, where we knew there was being targeted there for a while, you might not have seen us there, and that's by design. Police department has undercover patrols that happen in areas that are targeted, and sometimes it's Coolidge. 2 years ago, it was Hillside Avenue, Highland Avenue. It can be anywhere in town, and we actually will have supplemental patrols overnight, undercover, and we found that works. But even when we're doing that, one of the nights we're on Coolidge undercover, we had an incident on Seneca, different side of town. So it's never perfectly predicted where this is going to happen, but we do that. We will continue to do that as long as we can continue to be successful. And some of those undercover patrols have yielded what Mayor Berman actually said before. Sorry, still getting used to it. Mayor Berman said before of arrests. Seneca Place, we had an arrest connected to that. We had an arrest for Coolidge, and they're working on other possible arrests going forward. So our staff and police department is doing a phenomenal job, but this is a constant problem. It's county, statewide, and Union County is unique in the sense that we are very close to Elizabeth, to other towns that are close to the ports of Newark. So the towns on the periphery of that are ones that are targets, because it's easy to get cars out to the porch, shipped out, and so forth. So again, I just thank you, Mayor, for letting me say a few words about that in the police department, but we have some things that are happening. We do take this very seriously. It's a top priority at all times, and we will continue to do those things. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. And thank you to the police department for their ongoing diligence. As we all know, the legislative component of this issue, as we just discussed in conference, is equally important. I've already reached out to our two newly elected assembly members, Andrew McCurdy and Vincent Carney, about the urgency for state-level action, which I will also be communicating to Governor-elect Sherrill's office. Our officers will continue to work diligently to investigate, make these arrests, and secure our community. And as Jim mentioned, the Public Safety, Transportation, and Parking Committee of the Town Council, chaired by Councilwoman Gilman and joined by Council members Adwar, Damagala, and Saunders, met this evening for an hour and a half for the first time this year, and will continue to make this issue a top priority for our community. So moving on to upcoming events over the next 2 weeks, The MLK Association of Westfield will host its annual commemoration events on Monday, January 19th, in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The march will begin at 12:15 at the MLK Monument at the South Avenue Circle, with the interfaith service to follow at 1 o'clock at the First Congregational Church of Westfield on Elmer Street. I look forward to joining members of our community to gather and honor this meaningful day. And also, don't miss the 4th annual Build Westfield in Lego event to be held on January 24th. Our special America 250 edition will include national landmarks like Independence Hall and Mount Vernon, along with over 50 beloved local buildings. Please register through the Civic Rec and join your neighbors, as well as General Washington, as we kick off the nation's 250th in this fun, family-friendly afternoon. Many thanks to the Historic Preservation Commission of the Recreation Department for bringing this unique event to Westfield. Tonight's agenda is very straightforward. I would like to briefly highlight 2 ordinances on first reading as they pertain to recently settled labor negotiations for town employees. The first relates to the Communication Workers of America, the CWA, Local 1040, which represents approximately 35 town employees who work in various support capacities, effective January 1 of this year through December 31st, 2029. The second relates to the Firemen's Mutual Benevolent Association, the FMBA, Branch 30, that includes 38 employees from the Westfield Fire Department, effective January 1 this year through December 31st of 2030. Both ordinances implement the salary ranges and guides for various employees in the bargaining unit for the term of the respective contract. Once the ordinance is adopted in a few weeks, it will be followed by a resolution outlining the specific salaries for each employee effective for 2026, and that will be retroactive to January 1st, 2026. Let's begin tonight's agenda. May I have a motion to accept the following appointment? For the Recreation Commission, Andrew Bronstein as chair, term expiring December 31, 2026.
So moved.
By Councilwoman Gilman, second.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Armento. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the Town Council Conference, executive and regular meetings of December 9th, 2025, and the Town Council Reorganization meeting of January 6th, 2026. So moved by Councilman Damagala, second.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Saunders. Any discussion? All in favor? Yes. Opposed? The motion is carried. Now it's time for open discussion by citizens. Anyone may come up to the microphone and speak to the council on any subject on which this council has jurisdiction. Please state your name and address for the record and limit your comments to 5 minutes.
Mayor and Council. Good evening. My name is Sean Keegan Foley, and I am a former councilman and operate a mental health practice here in Westfield. I am currently visiting municipalities across Union County as part of a regional effort to address algorithmic rent pricing by building support through municipal resolutions. I have shared a resolution with the full governing body through the town clerk earlier this week. This resolution is about affirming that housing markets be fair, transparent, and competitive. I hope you all have a chance to review the resolution at some point and consider supporting it on the record. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sean. We have received that communication and we'll take a look at that. Any others? Hearing none, I close this portion of the meeting and move to bills and claims. Councilman Pecker.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move bills and claims in the amount of $1,260,446.06.
May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Adwar. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Opposed? The motion is carried. Next on the agenda is reports of standing committees, beginning with the Finance Policy Committee. Councilman Pecker.
Thank you, Mayor. I have 11 resolutions I would like to move as a package. Number 1, resolution authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to draw warrant for dog licenses for December 2025. Number 2, resolution authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to draw warrant to Treasurer, State of New Jersey for 2025, fourth quarter marriage and civil union license fees. Number 3, resolution authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to refund street opening cash bond. Number 4, resolution authorizing the chief financial officer to refund dumpster security payment. Number 5, resolution authorizing the chief financial officer to refund recreation department fees. Number 6, resolution authorizing the chief financial officer to draw a warrant for Board of Adjustment escrow monies. Number 7, resolution authorizing the chief financial officer to prepare warrants for postage payment in connection with tax assessment notices. Number 8, authorizing the chief financial officer to draw a warrant for fourth quarter construction official state permit fees. Number 9, resolution to appoint building and mechanical inspector. Number 10, resolution authorizing an affordability assistance grant pursuant to the Town of Westfield's Affordable Assistance Program for a tenant in an affordable housing unit at 440 North Avenue East, Apartment 1A. 11, resolution authorizing an affordability assistant grant pursuant to the Town of Westfield's Affordability Assistance Program for a tenant of an affordable housing unit at 3101 Echo Lane, Unit 3101.
May I have a second? Second. Seconded by Councilman Damagala. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried.
Next, I would like to move General Ordinance Number 2026-01 on first reading, an ordinance to amend the code of the Town of Westfield, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 2, Town Officers and Employees, Division 3, Personnel Positions and Salary Schedule, SEC.2-12.28, Schedule.
May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Saunders. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilmembers Gilman,
Yes.
Domagala,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Saunders.
Yes.
Adwar,
Yes.
Armento.
Yes.
Mayor Vernon.
Yes, this motion is carried.
I would also like to move General Ordinance Number 2026-02 on first reading, an ordinance to amend the General Ordinance Number 2022-16 entitled, An Ordinance Fixing the Salaries of Certain Employees of the Police and Fire Departments in the Town of Westfield and various amendments thereto.
May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Armento. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilmembers Gilman,
Yes.
Domagala,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Adwar,
Yes.
Armento.
Yes.
Mayor Vernon.
Yes, the motion has carried. Next is Public Safety, Transportation, and Parking Committee, Councilwoman Gilman.
Thank you, Mayor. I have 2 resolutions I would like to move as a package. 1, resolution to appoint fire official. 2, resolution to appoint special law enforcement officers.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilwoman Adwar. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried. Last is the Public Works Committee, Councilwoman Adwar.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to move a resolution authorizing an award of contract for the disposal of recyclable material.
May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Gilman. Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Opposed? The motion is carried. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Saunders. Second? Second by Councilwoman Adwar. All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone for coming.